You know what? I've completely transformed my mornings over the past 3 months. And honestly, it's changed my entire life.
Really? That sounds dramatic. What exactly did you change? I mean, you're always so put together when you arrive at the office.
Well, I used to hit the snooze button at least 5 times every single morning. I'd wake up in a panic around 7:30, rush through everything, skip breakfast, and arrive at work already stressed out.
That sounds exactly like my current situation. So, what's different now?
Everything starts the night before. I set out my workout clothes, prep my breakfast ingredients, and I'm in bed by 10. My alarm goes off at 5:30, and here's the key. I put my phone across the room, so I have to actually get up.
5:30? Are you serious? That's still nighttime in my world. What do you possibly do with all that time?
First thing, I drink a full glass of water. Then I do 20 minutes of yoga right in my living room. It wakes up my body gently, you know? No jarring movements or stress.
I have to admit, that does sound peaceful. But don't you feel exhausted waking up that early?
Not anymore. The first week was brutal, I won't lie, but now my body's adjusted. After yoga, I take a cold shower. And before you say anything, yes, it's uncomfortable at first, but it's incredibly energizing.
Cold shower? You've lost your mind. I can barely handle lukewarm water in winter.
Trust me, it's a game changer. Then I make myself a proper breakfast, usually scrambled eggs with avocado toast and fresh fruit. I sit down at my table, no phone, no TV, just eating mindfully.
That's another thing I never do. I'm usually eating cereal standing at the counter while checking emails.
That's exactly what I used to do. Now I take 30 minutes for breakfast and coffee. I read a few pages of a book. Sometimes I journal about what I want to accomplish that day.
Okay, I'm starting to see the appeal. What time do you actually leave for work?
Around 7:45. But here's what's amazing. I feel like I've already accomplished so much before most people even wake up. I've moved my body, fed myself well, and mentally prepared for the day.
How long did it take before this became natural? Because I'm imagining the discipline required, and I'm not sure I have it.
Honestly, about 3 weeks. The first week, I failed more than I succeeded. Week 2 was easier. By week 3, I actually started waking up before my alarm naturally.
What about weekends? Do you maintain the same schedule?
Mostly yes. I might sleep until 6:30 on Saturdays, which feels like sleeping in now. But keeping the routine consistent is what makes it sustainable.
I'm genuinely impressed. Maybe I should try this. Though I'm thinking more like a 6:30 start instead of 5:30.
Start wherever you can. Even waking up 30 minutes earlier and using that time intentionally can make a huge difference.
I'm convinced. I'm going to try this starting Monday. Can I ask you questions when I inevitably struggle?
Absolutely. Fair warning though, once you experience how good productive mornings feel, you'll wonder how you ever lived any other way.
I'll hold you to that. Thanks for sharing this. I'm actually excited to try something new. The secret to surviving mornings with kids is treating it like a military operation. Seriously, I plan everything down to the minute.
I need to hear this because my mornings are absolute chaos. I have two kids, ages 6 and 8, and every morning feels like I'm herding cats.
I have a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old, so I completely understand. My alarm goes off at 5:45, which gives me 30 minutes completely alone before the kids wake up.
Wait, your kids don't wake you up? Mine are in my room before sunrise most days.
We had to train them. We have a rule, unless it's an emergency, they stay in their rooms until their special alarm clocks turn green at 6:15. It took about 2 weeks of consistency, but now they respect it.
That's genius. I never thought about giving them their own alarm system. What do you do in those 30 minutes?
I brew coffee, take a quick shower, get dressed, and check my lesson plans for the day. Having that quiet time makes me a better parent because I'm not resentful when they do wake up.
I love that. So, what happens at 6:15?
Their alarms go off, and they know exactly what's expected. They come downstairs, I've already laid out their clothes the night before, and they get dressed while I'm making breakfast.
Do they actually get dressed without fighting? My kids argue about every single clothing choice.
We do outfit selection on Sunday evenings. They choose 5 outfits for the week, and those go on hangers in order. Monday's outfit is first, Tuesday's is second, and so on. No morning decisions means no morning arguments.
This is brilliant. I'm literally taking mental notes. What about breakfast? That's where everything falls apart in my house.
Breakfast is non-negotiable and always ready by 6:30. I rotate between 3 options: overnight oats, egg sandwiches, or whole grain waffles with fruit. They know what's coming because there's a weekly menu on the fridge.
So you're eliminating decisions and surprises. That makes sense because kids thrive on routine, right?
Exactly. While they eat, I pack lunches. But here's another trick. I prep lunch components on Sunday evenings. Cut vegetables, portioned snacks, everything in containers ready to assemble.
How long does this whole morning routine take from wake up to leaving the house?
We're out the door by 7:30. That's an hour and 45 minutes total, but it feels smooth because everyone knows their role.
What about teeth brushing and backpack checks? Those are my biggest time wasters.
7 o'clock is bathroom time. They brush teeth, wash faces, fix hair. I set a timer for 10 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm doing a backpack check against a laminated checklist we keep by the door. Homework, library books, permission slips, water bottles.
A laminated checklist. You're not kidding about the military operation thing.
It sounds intense, but it actually reduces stress. The kids know what's expected. There's no nagging, no last-minute panic. We even have a 5-minute buffer built in for unexpected issues.
What happens if something goes wrong? Like someone can't find their shoes or there's a meltdown?
That's what the buffer's for. But honestly, meltdowns decreased dramatically once we established consistent routines. Kids feel secure when they know what's coming next.
Do you ever get pushback from them? Like they want to change the routine?
Sometimes, and we adjust when reasonable, but the core structure stays the same. We have a family meeting every Sunday where they can suggest changes, and if it makes sense, we try it for a week.
I'm amazed at how thought out this is. Don't you ever just want to be spontaneous?
Weekends are for spontaneity, but weekday mornings need structure because everyone has places to be. This routine means we all start the day calm instead of frazzled.
You've sold me. I'm implementing this system starting this weekend. My sanity depends on it.
Start small. Pick 1 or 2 elements to change first. Don't overhaul everything at once or you'll overwhelm everyone, including yourself.
Thank you so much. I feel like I finally have a roadmap for better mornings.
People think I'm crazy, but I genuinely believe my morning routine is the reason I'm surviving medical school.
You always seem so composed. Meanwhile, I'm rolling into my 8 a.m. class looking like I slept in a dumpster. What's your secret?
It starts with sleep. I track my sleep cycles using an app, and I only set my alarm for times when I'll be in light sleep, not deep sleep. That way, I wake up naturally refreshed instead of groggy.
Wait, there's science to when you wake up? I just set my alarm for the latest possible moment.
Huge difference. If you wake up during deep sleep, you'll feel terrible all day, no matter how many hours you got. I aim for 7.5 hours, which gives me 5 complete sleep cycles.
So what time are you actually waking up?
5 a.m. I know that sounds extreme, but I have hospital rotations that start at 7, and I need time to prepare mentally and physically.
5 a.m. is ungodly. What's the first thing you do?
I don't check my phone. That's rule number 1. The blue light disrupts your circadian rhythm, and checking messages first thing creates stress. Instead, I open my curtains immediately to get natural light exposure.
I'm usually scrolling through social media before my eyes are fully open. So after opening curtains, Then what?
I drink 16 ounces of water with lemon. You're dehydrated after sleeping for hours, and your body needs water before coffee. Then I do a quick 5-minute stretching routine.
Just 5 minutes? That seems manageable even for someone like me.
It's enough to get blood flowing and release tension. Then I take a shower. I use that time to mentally rehearse anything challenging coming up that day. Medical procedures, difficult conversations with patients, whatever.
Mental rehearsal in the shower, that's clever. I usually just stand there half asleep.
Your shower can be productive time. After that, I spend 10 minutes on skincare. I know it seems indulgent, but taking care of my appearance actually boosts my confidence for the day.
What about breakfast? Please tell me you eat something substantial.
Always. I meal prep on Sundays, so breakfast is usually prepped overnight oats or a protein smoothie I can grab from the fridge. I eat while reviewing my flashcards for 20 minutes.
You're studying during breakfast? Don't you deserve a break?
I'm efficient, not a workaholic. Those 20 minutes of spaced repetition in the morning are scientifically proven to be the best time for memory retention. Plus, it's passive. I'm eating anyway.
Fair point. What time do you leave for the hospital?
6:15. But before I leave, I do a 10-minute meditation. That's my non-negotiable. No matter how rushed I feel, I sit and breathe.
Meditation? How does that fit into a busy morning?
It's not about having time, it's about making time. Those 10 minutes of mental clarity prevent me from having anxiety spirals during the day. It's preventative mental health care.
I've never thought about it that way. Do you use an app or just sit in silence?
I use a guided meditation app. Different sessions depending on what I need. Focus, calm, energy. It's like choosing the right tool for the job.
This is overwhelming in the best way. How long did it take you to build this routine?
About 2 months of experimentation. I tried different wake-up times, different activities, different sequences. I tracked how I felt throughout the day based on my morning choices.
You tracked it. That's next level.
Data doesn't lie. I noticed that on mornings when I checked my phone first thing, my stress levels were higher all day. When I meditated, I performed better on exams, so I optimized based on results.
What about days when you just don't feel like doing all this?
I have a minimum viable routine for those days. Water, stretch, meditate. That's it. The rest can slide if I'm sick or exhausted, but those 3 things are foundational.
That's actually reassuring. I thought you'd say you never skip anything.
Perfectionism is the enemy of consistency. I'd rather do a simplified version than nothing at all. The goal is progress, not perfection.
You're inspiring me to take my mornings more seriously. Can you send me those app recommendations?
Absolutely. Start with just one change, though. Pick the easiest thing and do it for a week before adding anything else.
One change. I can do that. Maybe I'll start with not checking my phone immediately.
That's a great first step. You'll be amazed at the difference it makes. Your morning sets the tone for your entire day.
You know what's funny? I spent 40 years rushing through mornings, and now that I'm retired, I've discovered what mornings are actually supposed to feel like.
I'm so jealous right now. Tell me everything. I need to live vicariously through you, because my mornings are still the nightmare they've always been.
For decades, my alarm would go off at 5:30, I'd skip breakfast, chug coffee in the car, and arrive at the office already running on stress hormones. Every single day.
That's literally my life right now. How different are your mornings now?
Completely transformed. I wake up naturally around 6:30 now, no alarm. My body just knows when it's had enough sleep. That alone is miraculous.
No alarm? That sounds like a fantasy. What's the first thing you do?
I stay in bed for a few minutes. I know this sounds silly, but I actually notice how the sheets feel, how rested my body is. I spent so many years ignoring those sensations because I was rushing.
That doesn't sound silly at all. It sounds mindful. Then what?
I make coffee, but not the quick, instant stuff I used to drink. I grind fresh beans, use a French press, the whole ritual. It takes 12 minutes, and those 12 minutes are meditative.
12 minutes just for coffee preparation? I barely have 12 minutes for my entire morning routine.
That's exactly my point. We spend our careers believing we don't have time, but really we're just not prioritizing what matters. While the coffee brews, I step outside onto my porch.
What do you do out there?
Nothing and everything. I listen to the birds, feel the temperature, notice the sky. Some mornings I see the most incredible sunrises that I missed for 40 years because I was already in traffic.
That's depressing for me too, which is why I'm so grateful now. After my porch time, I make a real breakfast. Eggs, toast, fresh fruit. Sometimes I cook bacon just because I can. How long do you spend on breakfast?
About 30 minutes cooking and eating. I sit at my kitchen table, read the newspaper, the actual physical paper, not on a screen. I'm in no rush.
30 minutes for breakfast? I eat a protein bar in my car most days. What do you do after breakfast?
Some mornings I go for a walk around the neighborhood. Nothing intense, just moving my body and greeting neighbors. Other mornings I work in my garden for an hour.
You have time to garden in the morning? I'm starting to understand what I'm missing.
I finally have time to actually live. Sometimes I call my daughter just to chat. During my working years, I'd think, I'll call her later and then collapse exhausted at night without calling.
Do you ever miss the structure of working mornings? The purpose?
Not even a little bit. I thought my identity was tied to that rushed, productive morning routine. Turns out I was just stressed and missing life happening around me.
How do you fill your days? Don't you get bored without somewhere to be?
Bored? I'm busier now than ever, but it's chosen activities. Volunteer work, woodworking projects, taking a painting class. I do things that fulfill me rather than things I have to do.
I have 17 years until retirement. That feels like forever.
Here's my advice. Don't wait until retirement to reclaim your mornings. I wish someone had told me that you can build peaceful morning moments even while working.
Like what? I genuinely don't see how with my schedule.
Wake up 20 minutes earlier. Just 20. Use those minutes to sit with your coffee without looking at your phone. Watch the sunrise once a week. Those small moments accumulate.
You really think 20 minutes would make a difference?
It's how you use the time that matters. 20 minutes of presence is worth more than an hour of rushing. Your nervous system needs those calm moments.
I'm going to try this. Even though everything in me resists waking up earlier, I can see that I'm sacrificing my well-being for the illusion of efficiency.
That's exactly it. We're so efficient that we're efficiently ruining our health and missing our lives. Start small, but start now. Don't wait until retirement like I did.
Thank you for this perspective. I needed to hear from someone who's lived both versions.
Anytime. And remember, every morning is a fresh chance to choose differently. You don't have to overhaul everything at once.
One sunrise per week. That's my starting point. I can commit to that.
Perfect. Come back and tell me how it goes. I have a feeling you'll discover something valuable. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think strict morning routines are overrated and kill creativity. There, I said it.
That's a bold statement from someone who asked me for productivity advice. Tell me why you think routines kill creativity.
Because creativity requires spontaneity and freedom. Some mornings I wake up with an incredible idea and I need to chase it immediately, not follow some predetermined schedule.
I hear you, but let me challenge that. What time did you wake up today?
Around 9:30, I think. Maybe closer to 10. I was up late working on a design project and my brain was buzzing.
And how did you feel when you woke up? Energized, ready to create?
Honestly, kind of foggy. It took me a while to get going. I scrolled through my phone for probably 45 minutes before actually getting out of bed.
Right. So the spontaneity and freedom actually resulted in wasted time and brain fog. Do you see what I'm getting at?
Okay, that's fair. But I did eventually get into flow and produce great work.
Eventually being the key word. What if I told you that a flexible morning structure could help you reach that flow state faster without killing your creative spontaneity?
I'm listening, but I'm skeptical. Every morning routine I've tried feels like prison.
That's because you're thinking of routines as rigid rules instead of supportive frameworks. What if you had a routine that specifically protected your creative energy?
What would that even look like?
First, let's establish one consistent element, your wake time. Not 9:30 one day and 11 the next. Pick a time window that respects your night owl tendencies but provides consistency.
What if I genuinely can't fall asleep until 2 a.m. because I'm in creative flow?
Then we build that into the system. Let's say your wake window is 8 to 9 a.m. That's flexible enough for variation, but structured enough for your circadian rhythm to stabilize.
8 to 9 seems reasonable. What else?
Instead of checking your phone immediately, which fractures your attention, you keep a notebook by your bed. Any ideas from dreams or night thoughts, you capture them immediately.
I actually love that. I've lost so many good ideas by the time I'm fully awake.
Exactly. Then, instead of a rigid sequence of activities, you choose from a menu of 3 morning energizers. Could be a walk, could be sketching, could be making an elaborate coffee. The point is intentional choice, not default scrolling.
So I'm still choosing, but I'm choosing from productive options. That's clever.
Your creative brain needs fuel. What's your current breakfast situation?
Usually nothing until noon, then I'm starving and I order something unhealthy because I'm too hungry to cook.
We need to fix that. But here's where we honor your creative brain. Meal prep 3 different breakfast options on Sunday. When you wake up, you choose based on what appeals to you that morning.
Variety with structure. I'm starting to see how this could work.
Now, here's the important part for creative work. You block the first 90 minutes after your morning energizer for deep, creative work. No emails, no meetings, no administrative tasks.
Wait, so the routine actually protects my creative time?
That's exactly what it does. Most people waste their peak creative hours on shallow work because they have no structure. You're using structure to guard your most valuable asset.
This is the opposite of what I thought routines were about. I thought they were about conforming.
Bad routines are about conforming. Good routines are about intentionality. They remove decision fatigue for the unimportant stuff, so you have mental energy for what matters.
Decision fatigue is definitely real for me. I waste so much energy deciding what to wear or eat.
Right, so we solve that. You select your outfits the night before, takes 5 minutes, saves you 20 in the morning. Breakfast is pre-chosen from your 3 options. Your creative time is pre-blocked.
Wait about days when I genuinely need to break the routine, like when inspiration hits at midnight and I need to work through the night.
Those days happen, and that's fine. The routine is there for normal days. When you have those rare, extraordinary creative surges, you honor them. But they shouldn't be the daily norm.
Because if every day is extraordinary, no day is extraordinary. I get it.
Exactly. The routine creates a stable foundation so that when you do need to break it for creative emergencies, you can do so without everything falling apart.
What about weekends? Same routine?
Mostly with slight variations. Maybe you wake at 9:30 instead of 8. Maybe your morning energizer is longer, but the core elements stay consistent.
I'm actually getting excited about this. When do I start?
Tomorrow morning. But we start with just 1 week of the wake time window. Don't try to implement everything at once. Build gradually.
1 week of waking between 8 and 9. I can commit to that.
Perfect. Keep notes on how you feel, how productive you are, how creative you feel. We'll reassess in a week and add the next element.
You know what's funny? I came into this conversation thinking routines were the enemy of creativity, and you've convinced me they might actually be the foundation of creativity.
The best creative work comes from discipline, not chaos. Every great artist has some form of routine.
Thanks for reframing this for me. I'm actually looking forward to trying this.
Check in with me next week. I think you're going to be surprised by how much more creative energy you have.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I think strict morning routines are overrated and kill creativity. There, I said it.
That's a bold statement from someone who asked me for productivity advice. Tell me why you think routines kill creativity.
Because creativity requires spontaneity and freedom. Some mornings, I wake up with an incredible idea and I need to chase it immediately, not follow some predetermined schedule.
I hear you, but let me challenge that. What time did you wake up today?
Around 9:30, I think, maybe closer to 10. I was up late working on a design project and my brain was buzzing.
And how did you feel when you woke up? Energized, ready to create?
Honestly, kind of foggy. It took me a while to get going. I scrolled through my phone for probably 45 minutes before actually getting out of bed.
Right. So the spontaneity and freedom actually resulted in wasted time and brain fog. Do you see what I'm getting at?
Okay, that's fair. But I did eventually get into flow and produce great work.
Eventually being the key word. What if I told you that a flexible morning structure could help you reach that flow state faster without killing your creative spontaneity?
I'm listening, but I'm skeptical. Every morning routine I've tried feels like prison.
That's because you're thinking of routines as rigid rules instead of supportive frameworks. What if you had a routine that specifically protected your creative energy?
What would that even look like?
First, let's establish one consistent element, your wake time. Not 9:30 one day and 11 the next. Pick a time window that respects your night owl tendencies but provides consistency.
What if I genuinely can't fall asleep until 2 a.m. because I'm in creative flow?
Then we build that into the system. Let's say your wake window is 8 to 9 a.m. That's flexible enough for variation, but structured enough for your circadian rhythm to stabilize.
8 to 9 seems reasonable. What else?
Instead of checking your phone immediately, which fractures your attention, you keep a notebook by your bed. Any ideas from dreams or night thoughts, you capture them immediately.
I actually love that. I've lost so many good ideas by the time I'm fully awake.
Exactly. Then, instead of a rigid sequence of activities, you choose from a menu of 3 morning energizers. Could be a walk, could be sketching, could be making an elaborate coffee. The point is intentional choice, not default scrolling.
So I'm still choosing, but I'm choosing from productive options. That's clever.
Your creative brain needs fuel. What's your current breakfast situation?
Usually nothing until noon, then I'm starving and I order something unhealthy because I'm too hungry to cook.
We need to fix that. But here's where we honor your creative brain. Meal prep 3 different breakfast options on Sunday. When you wake up, you choose based on what appeals to you that morning.
Variety with structure. I'm starting to see how this could work.
Now here's the important part for creative work. You block the first 90 minutes after your morning energizer for deep creative work. No emails, no meetings, no administrative tasks.
Wait, so the routine actually protects my creative time?
That's exactly what it does. Most people waste their peak creative hours on shallow work because they have no structure. You're using structure to guard your most valuable asset.
This is the opposite of what I thought routines were about. I thought they were about conforming.
Bad routines are about conforming. Good routines are about intentionality. They remove decision fatigue for the unimportant stuff, so you have mental energy for what matters.
Decision fatigue is definitely real for me. I waste so much energy deciding what to wear or eat.
Right, so we solve that. You select your outfits the night before, takes 5 minutes, saves you 20 in the morning. Breakfast is pre-chosen from your 3 options. Your creative time is pre-blocked.
Wait about days when I genuinely need to break the routine, like when inspiration hits at midnight and I need to work through the night.
Those days happen, and that's fine. The routine is there for normal days. When you have those rare, extraordinary creative surges, you honor them. But they shouldn't be the daily norm.
Because if every day is extraordinary, no day is extraordinary. I get it.
Exactly. The routine creates a stable foundation so that when you do need to break it for creative emergencies, you can do so without everything falling apart.
What about weekends? Same routine?
Mostly with slight variations. Maybe you wake at 9:30 instead of 8. Maybe your morning energizer is longer, but the core elements stay consistent.
I'm actually getting excited about this. When do I start?
Tomorrow morning. But we start with just 1 week of the wake time window. Don't try to implement everything at once. Build gradually.
1 week of waking between 8 and 9. I can commit to that.
Perfect. Keep notes on how you feel, how productive you are, how creative you feel. We'll reassess in a week and add the next element.
You know what's funny? I came into this conversation thinking routines were the enemy of creativity, and you've convinced me they might actually be the foundation of creativity.
The best creative work comes from discipline, not chaos. Every great artist has some form of routine.
Thanks for reframing this for me. I'm actually looking forward to trying this.
Check in with me next week. I think you're going to be surprised by how much more creative energy you have. I need help desperately. My mornings are absolute disaster zones, and I don't know how to fix them. I work from home, I have a 3-year-old, and everything feels impossible.
Take a breath. We're going to solve this together. First question. What time does your day currently start?
That's part of the problem. My daughter wakes me up anywhere between 5:30 and 7, completely unpredictable. So I never know what kind of morning I'm gonna have.
Okay, so we can't control when she wakes up, but we can control how prepared you are when she does. What happens in those first moments when she wakes you?
Chaos. She wants breakfast immediately. I'm still half asleep. I'm trying to figure out what I need to do for work that day. It's overwhelming from the first second.
We're going to change that. Here's what I want you to do. Set your alarm for 5:15 before your daughter's earliest wake time.
Are you serious? I'm already exhausted. You want me to wake up even earlier?
I know, it sounds counterintuitive, but hear me out. Even just 15 minutes alone before she wakes up will transform your entire day. You'll feel ahead instead of behind.
What would I even do in 15 minutes?
Drink water, maybe do some gentle stretches, and most importantly, review your top 3 priorities for the day. When she wakes up, you'll already have mental clarity.
I can see how that might help. But what about breakfast? She wants food the second her eyes open.
Let's solve that the night before. After she goes to bed, you prep her breakfast. Cut fruit, portion cereal, whatever she typically eats. It's ready in the fridge. You just grab it.
So when she wakes up, breakfast is already done. That would save me at least 20 minutes of morning stress.
Exactly. Now, while she's eating, what do you typically do?
Try to make coffee, check work emails, clean up yesterday's mess. Usually, I end up doing everything badly.
We need to batch your actions. Make coffee first. That's non-negotiable. You need to be caffeinated. The emails can wait until your actual work hours.
But what if something urgent came in overnight?
Unless you're a doctor or emergency responder, nothing is truly urgent at 6 a.m. Your clients and colleagues are probably still sleeping. Protect your morning time.
That's a good point. I create false urgency in my own head.
Most of us do. Now, after breakfast, what's your daughter's routine?
She usually plays for about 30 minutes, then wants TV while I try to shower and get ready, but I feel guilty about the screen time.
Let's reframe that. 30 minutes of educational programming while you take care of your basic needs isn't bad parenting. It's survival, and there's no shame in it.
I needed to hear that. I beat myself up constantly about screen time.
Save your energy for actual parenting failures. Using TV so you can shower is just practical. Now, do you have childcare or is she with you during work hours?
She goes to preschool 3 days a week, 9 to 2. The other 2 days and all mornings, she's with me. That's when work gets really complicated.
On preschool days, what time do you need to leave the house?
8:45 at the latest to get there by 9.
So we're working backwards from 8:45. She needs to be dressed, fed, teeth brushed, and bag packed. Let's say that requires 45 minutes total, so we start getting ready at 8.
That sounds reasonable, but she never cooperates. Getting her dressed takes forever because she fights me on every outfit.
Sunday evening, involve her in choosing 3 outfits for the preschool days that week. Take pictures of each outfit on your phone. In the morning, show her the pictures and let her choose. It gives her control without chaos.
The picture idea is genius. She loves looking at my phone, so that might actually work.
Kids need autonomy, but within boundaries. This gives her both. Now, on the days she's home with you, how do you handle work?
Badly. I try to work during her nap, but she doesn't always nap. I'm constantly interrupted, and I end up working after she goes to bed at night, which is why I'm so exhausted.
We need to set up designated work blocks. Can you hire a babysitter for even 4 hours on your home days?
Money's tight, but maybe I could do a babysitter swap with another work-from-home parent?
Perfect solution. 2 mornings a week, you watch both kids. The other 2 mornings, they watch both kids. You each get concentrated work time.
That could actually work. There's a mom in my neighborhood in the same situation.
Reach out to her today. Your work quality will improve dramatically when you have uninterrupted time. Now, let's talk about your evening preparation, because that's where morning success is really built.
What should I do the night before?
8 p.m. to 8:30 is prep time. Lay out your daughter's outfit, pack her preschool bag, prep breakfast items, choose your own clothes, review tomorrow's schedule. 30 minutes at night saves you an hour of morning stress.
I usually collapse after she goes to bed, but I can see how investing 30 minutes would pay off.
You're trading evening energy for morning sanity. Totally worth it. Also, what time does she go to bed?
She usually goes to bed 7:30, sometimes 8 if she fights it.
And what time do you go to bed?
Midnight or later. I finally have time to myself, so I stay up watching shows or scrolling my phone.
That's your biggest problem right there. You're sacrificing sleep for me time, but you'd actually get better quality me time in the morning if you were well rested.
You're right, but those evening hours are the only time I feel like myself instead of just mom or worker.
I understand completely, but what if you could have guilt-free me time in the morning before she wakes up? Imagine drinking coffee in silence, reading a few pages of a book, just being yourself.
That does sound amazing. Okay, so earlier bedtime, earlier wake time, evening prep. What else?
Lower your standards for perfection. Your house doesn't need to be spotless. You don't need to look glamorous for Zoom calls. Dinner can be simple. You're trying to do everything at 100% and burning out.
That's hard for me. I feel like I should be able to handle everything.
You're one person doing the job of 3 people. Give yourself grace. Some days will be chaotic no matter what. The routine just makes most days manageable.
I'm gonna try this. All of it. Starting tonight, with the evening prep.
Start tonight, but be patient with yourself. It takes about 2 weeks for new routines to feel natural. You'll mess up, and that's okay.
Thank you. I feel like I finally have a plan instead of just surviving day to day.
Every article about morning routines is useless for me because I work night shifts at the hospital. My morning is when everyone else is going to bed.
You're absolutely right that most advice doesn't account for shift workers. Tell me about your current schedule. What time do you finish work?
I clock out at 7 a.m., usually home by 7:30. Then I face this weird problem. Do I sleep immediately or try to have some kind of life first?
That's the classic shift worker dilemma. What do you currently do when you get home?
I'm usually wired from work even though I'm exhausted. I end up eating breakfast, scrolling my phone, maybe watching TV. Then suddenly it's 10 a.m. and the whole neighborhood is awake and noisy.
Let's address this properly because your circadian rhythm is working against you. First question, how do you feel during your drive home?
Alert, actually. The sunrise energizes me even though I've been up all night. That's part of the problem.
Your body is getting bright light exposure right when it should be preparing for sleep. Do you wear sunglasses on your drive home?
Sometimes, but I thought that was unsafe for driving.
Not regular sunglasses. You need specific blue light blocking glasses. They filter the wavelengths that signal your brain to wake up. Wear them for your entire commute and keep them on until you're ready to sleep.
I've never heard of this. That could actually help.
Significantly. Light is the most powerful circadian regulator. When you get home, what's your bedroom situation?
Regular bedroom, normal curtains, light definitely seeps in during the day.
We need complete darkness, blackout curtains at minimum, but better yet, blackout curtains plus an eye mask. Your brain needs to believe it's nighttime.
What about the noise? My neighbors mow lawns, kids play outside. I can't sleep through all that.
White noise machine or a fan for consistent sound masking. Also, earplugs designed for sleeping. You need to create an artificial night environment.
This is more complicated than I thought. What about eating? Should I eat when I get home?
Yes, but not a huge meal. Your digestive system is also on a circadian rhythm. Keep it light, maybe toast with peanut butter, a banana, yogurt. Save heavier meals for when you wake up.
When should I actually go to bed?
Ideally within 2 hours of getting home, so by 9:30 at the latest. I know that feels early, but you need 7 to 9 hours of sleep just like anyone else.
So I'd be sleeping from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 or 6:30 p.m. That means I miss the entire day.
That's the reality of night shift work. You can't maintain a normal social schedule and stay healthy. Your morning happens in the evening before work.
Walk me through what that would look like.
You wake up around 5:30 or 6 p.m. First thing, expose yourself to bright light. Turn on all your lights, go outside if possible. You're trying to signal to your body that this is morning.
That's the opposite of the glasses advice. Block light after work, seek light after waking.
Exactly. You're manipulating your environment to support your shifted schedule. After light exposure, what would help you feel energized?
A shower, definitely. I always feel groggy when I first wake up.
Cold shower, if you can handle it, or at least ending with cold water, it increases alertness. Then have your breakfast, your biggest, most nutritious meal of the day.
Even though it's 6 p.m.?
Time on the clock doesn't matter. What matters is your personal rhythm. You need fuel before a long shift. Protein, complex carbs, healthy fats.
What about coffee? I usually drink it constantly during my shift.
Coffee strategy is crucial. Have coffee with your evening meal, maybe one more cup in the first few hours of your shift, but nothing after 2 a.m. or you'll have trouble sleeping when you get home.
I usually drink coffee until 5 a.m. No wonder I can't sleep.
That caffeine is still in your system for 6 hours. You're sabotaging your own sleep. What time do you leave for work?
10 p.m. My shift starts at 11.
So between waking at 6 p.m. and leaving at 10 p.m., you have 4 hours. That's your morning routine time. Shower, eat, maybe exercise if you're motivated, prepare your meals for the shift, have some leisure time.
Exercise before a 12-hour shift? That seems insane.
Not intense exercise, but movement is important. Even 20 minutes of walking or stretching. Shift workers have higher risks of cardiovascular disease, partly because they tend to be sedentary.
I didn't realize the health risks were that serious.
Night shift work is classified as a probable carcinogen by the World Health Organization. I'm not saying this to scare you, but to emphasize why optimizing your routine matters.
What about days off? How do I handle the schedule switch?
That's the hardest part. Ideally, you'd maintain your night shift schedule even on days off, but if you have family or social obligations, you need a transition day.
A whole day just to transition?
After your last shift, Stay awake until evening, then sleep at a normal time. It's rough, but it allows you to spend time with day-dwelling humans on your days off.
This is so much more complicated than I realized. Do you think I should look for a day shift position?
If it's possible, yes. Long-term night shift work has serious health consequences. But if you must continue, following these strategies will minimize the damage.
I'm going to start with the blue light blocking glasses and blackout curtains. Those seem like the easiest changes.
Perfect starting point. Track your sleep quality for 2 weeks after implementing those. I bet you'll notice improvement.
Thank you for taking my situation seriously. Most advice makes me feel like an afterthought.
Shift workers are often overlooked, but your health matters just as much. Your morning just happens at a different time.
I know you're going to think I'm lazy, but I can't get out of bed most mornings. Sometimes I lie there until noon, just staring at the ceiling.
I don't think you're lazy at all. What you're describing sounds like depression. In morning is often the hardest time for people dealing with depression. How long has this been happening?
About 6 months now. It started gradually, but now mornings feel impossible. The heaviness, the feeling that nothing matters, it's overwhelming.
That must be incredibly difficult. I want you to know that what you're experiencing is a symptom of an illness, not a character flaw. Are you currently seeing a doctor or therapist?
I saw my doctor last month. She prescribed an antidepressant, but I don't think it's working yet. I'm supposed to give it more time.
Medications can take 4 to 6 weeks to show effects. That's frustrating, I know. While we're waiting for the medication to help, let's talk about making mornings slightly more manageable. Not perfect, just more manageable.
I've tried making routines before. I just can't stick to them. Then I feel even worse about myself.
We're not going to create an ambitious routine. We're going to identify the smallest possible actions that might help. Tell me, what time does your alarm go off?
I set it for 7, but I never actually get up. I just turn it off and go back to sleep or lie there.
What if we removed the alarm entirely for now? All it's doing is creating a moment of failure each morning.
Really? Everyone says waking up early is important.
Not when you're depressed. Right now, we need to remove sources of shame and guilt. Let your body wake up when it's ready. What time does that usually happen?
Somewhere between 9 and 10, I guess. But then I lie there for hours.
Okay. When you wake up naturally, what's the first thought that usually goes through your mind?
Usually something like, I can't face today, or what's the point? It's awful.
Those thoughts are depression talking, not truth. Here's what I want you to try. Keep a notebook on your nightstand. When you wake up and those thoughts come, write them down. Just acknowledge them.
Write them down? That's it?
For now, yes. You're externalizing the thoughts instead of letting them swirl in your head. And then, and this is important, I want you to write one tiny thing you could do that morning. Not a big goal, something tiny.
Like what?
Open the curtains, drink a glass of water, sit up in bed. Literally anything. That's one small step beyond lying there.
That seems almost too simple.
Depression makes everything feel monumental. We're building momentum in the tiniest increments possible. Once you've written down that one small action, try to do it. But if you can't, that's okay too.
What if I write it down and still can't get up?
Then you've still done something. You've engaged with your morning in a small way. That's not nothing. But I suspect that on many days, doing one small thing will lead to being able to do one more small thing.
I can see how that might work. What about breakfast? I almost never eat in the morning.
Is that because you're not hungry or because preparing food feels like too much?
Both, maybe? My appetite is terrible lately.
Depression often suppresses appetite, but your brain needs fuel, especially if you're on medication.
What's the easiest possible food you could keep by your bed?
Granola bars, maybe? Or crackers?
Perfect. Keep them within arm's reach. On mornings when you can't face getting up, you can at least eat something small without leaving bed.
You're not going to tell me I need to get up and exercise and take a shower and all that stuff.
Absolutely not. Those things might come later, but right now, we're focused on survival and tiny victories. Some mornings, staying alive is enough of an achievement.
I needed to hear that. I've been so hard on myself for not being productive.
Depression is hard enough without adding self-judgment. What about hygiene? Are you managing to shower most days?
Maybe 3 times a week? I know that's gross, but I just can't find the energy.
It's not gross, it's a symptom. 3 times a week is actually better than many people with severe depression manage. Let's not try to increase it right now. You're doing okay.
Really? You're not disappointed in me?
Not even slightly. You're dealing with a serious illness and you're still fighting. That takes incredible strength, even if it doesn't feel that way.
What about the afternoons? By the time I actually get up and moving, half the day is gone. Then I feel guilty.
Guilt serves no purpose here. You're not choosing to sleep late for fun. Your brain chemistry is impacting your sleep-wake cycle. That's medical, not moral.
How do I explain this to people who don't understand? My family think I'm just unmotivated.
That's their misunderstanding, not your failing. You could try explaining that depression is an illness that affects brain function, including the ability to feel motivated. But ultimately, you don't owe anyone a detailed explanation.
I wish they understood how hard I'm trying.
I know you're trying. Keep taking your medication consistently, keep your appointments with your doctor, and try the notebook strategy. One small thing each morning.
Can I call it a success, even if that one small thing is just opening my eyes and deciding to stay alive?
Especially then. On the hardest days, survival is success. As the medication starts working, and hopefully as your depression lifts, more will become possible. But for now, be gentle with yourself.
Thank you for not judging me. Everyone else makes me feel like a failure.
You're not a failure. You're sick and you're fighting, and that's courageous. Check in with me next week. I want to hear how the notebook strategy goes.
I will. I actually feel a little bit of hope right now, which is more than I've felt in a while.
Hold on to that. Recovery isn't linear, but it is possible. Your mornings won't always feel this hard.
My entire morning routine takes exactly 37 minutes, from the moment I wake up to when I leave my apartment. It's been the same for 3 years.
37 minutes total? It takes me that long just to figure out what to wear. How is that even possible?
Minimalism. I've removed every unnecessary decision, possession, and obligation from my mornings. It's incredibly freeing.
Walk me through it. I need to understand how you've achieved this because my mornings are 2-hour chaos marathons.
I wake up at 6 a.m., naturally, no alarm. My body has adjusted to this rhythm because I go to bed at 9:30 every night. The first thing I notice is how quiet and calm my bedroom is.
What does your bedroom look like?
White walls, a bed, a small nightstand, one lamp. That's it. No TV, no decorations, no clutter. When I open my eyes, there's nothing competing for my attention.
That sounds almost clinical. Doesn't it feel empty?
It feels peaceful. I spent years with a bedroom full of stuff. Photos, books, electronics, clothes everywhere. All that visual noise created mental noise. Now, there's just space.
Okay, so you wake up in your minimal room. Then what?
I get up immediately, make my bed, takes 90 seconds. Then I go to the bathroom. My entire bathroom counter has 3 items: toothbrush, toothpaste, face moisturizer.
3 items? I have dozens of products. How do you manage with so little?
I ask myself what I actually need
versus what advertising told me I need. Turns out basic hygiene requires very little. I brush my teeth, wash my face, moisturize. 5 minutes total.
What about showering?
I shower at night, before bed. Mornings are for simplicity. After the bathroom, I get dressed. My closet has 7 identical black t-shirts, 7 identical gray t-shirts, 3 pairs of jeans, 1 jacket.
You wear the same thing every day? Doesn't that get boring?
It eliminates decision fatigue. Steve Jobs, Barack Obama, Mark Zuckerberg, they all did the same thing. When getting dressed takes 30 seconds and 0 mental energy, you have that energy for things that actually matter.
I never thought about clothing decisions draining energy, but you're right. I waste so much time standing in front of my closet.
After getting dressed, I go to my kitchen. It's all so minimal. 6 dishes, 6 utensils, 2 pots, 1 pan. I make the same breakfast every morning.
Let me guess. Oatmeal.
Close. 2 eggs scrambled, 1 piece of whole grain toast, black coffee. I prep nothing because there's nothing to prep. Everything is simple.
How long does breakfast take?
Cooking, eating, and cleaning up, 15 minutes. I eat at my small table, looking out the window. No phone, no reading, just eating.
That mindfulness must be nice. I'm usually answering emails while eating.
That's exactly what I used to do. Multitasking makes you less productive and less present. Now I do one thing at a time, fully.
What happens after breakfast?
I pack my bag. Same bag every day. Laptop, water bottle, 1 notebook, 1 pen. Takes 1 minute because everything has a designated place.
You only carry 1 pen? What if it runs out of ink?
I keep a spare at work. Most problems we anticipate never actually happen. We carry so much just-in-case stuff that weighs us down literally and metaphorically.
That's profound, actually. What about your phone? When do you check it?
Not until I'm on my commute. My phone stays in airplane mode until I leave my apartment. Those 37 minutes are mine, not available to anyone else's demands.
How do you have the discipline to not check it? I'm compulsive about checking messages.
It's not discipline anymore, it's habit. The first month was hard. Now, not checking feels natural. I value my morning peace more than I value being instantly available.
What time do you leave your apartment?
6:37. On the dot, every single morning. I walk to the subway station, and during that walk, that's when I turn my phone on and check messages if needed.
This is so different from my life. I own so much stuff, I have so many morning options, but I'm constantly stressed and running late.
More options don't equal more freedom. Sometimes they equal more stress. Every possession you own costs mental energy to maintain, organize, and think about.
How did you transition to this lifestyle? Did you just throw everything away one day?
It took about 6 months. I started by removing one category at a time. First, decorations, then excess clothing, then kitchen items I never used. Each removal made mornings easier.
Did you ever regret getting rid of things?
Never, not once. I thought I would miss things, but I don't even remember what I used to own. Turns out most of it was just noise.
What about variety? Don't you crave different breakfasts, different clothes, different routines?
I save variety for things that matter. My work projects, my relationships, my hobbies. My morning routine is the foundation that makes everything else possible. It's consistent, so the rest of my life can be dynamic.
I'm starting to see the philosophy. The routine isn't restricting, it's liberating.
Exactly. Most people think freedom means infinite choices. I found freedom means eliminating meaningless choices so you can focus on meaningful ones.
How much money do you save by not buying new clothes, products, decorations, all that stuff?
I've never calculated it, but probably thousands per year. Money I now spend on experiences, travel, concerts, nice dinners with friends, things that create memories instead of clutter.
Do people judge you for being so minimal? Like, do they think you're weird?
Some people don't understand it, but the people who know me well see how calm and focused I am. They actually ask for advice on simplifying their own lives.
I want this. I'm exhausted by the complexity of my mornings. Where should I start?
Start with your nightstand. Remove everything except your alarm clock or phone, and maybe one book. Experience waking up to visual simplicity. That small change might inspire you to go further.
Just the nightstand. That's manageable. What's the next step after that?
Your bathroom counter. Pick your 5 most essential items. Put everything else under the sink or throw it away. See how different your morning feels with clear space.
I can do that. This is actually exciting. I've been drowning in stuff for years.
Take it slow. Minimalism isn't about deprivation, it's about intentionality. Every item you keep should serve a purpose or bring genuine joy.
Thank you for sharing this. My mornings are about to drastically change.
You're welcome. Remember, the goal isn't to copy my routine exactly. The goal is to discover what matters to you and eliminate what doesn't.